Okay, we're back at Kuehn. We're actually going to go to the bird blind. You can see it's December 13th, and I'll be taking some of the same trails that I took earlier in the summer, and you can see how different the trails look in the winter, where the brush is dead and you can see so much of the landscape. So here we go to the bird blind. And of course, Harper and Bella are with me. They love coming out here. They do require your dogs to be on a 6-foot or shorter lead, but they've never said anything to me. And I come out here about at least once a week, sometimes 2-3 times a week with my dogs. Of course, they're well-mannered, and they do like other dogs. So if we were to come upon someone with a dog, my dogs are friendly towards other dogs. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. You can kind of tell where, I don't know if you can tell on the video, but here's a spot. You can tell where the animals are sleeping at night. I kind of broke down some of the brush. At least that's what it looks like. Come on, Harper. Come on, Bella. Yeah, they love coming out here, don't you? Yes, it's so much fun. So much fun. And they have recently just put these great looking signs up on the trails to kind of give you an idea of you know, where you're going. Before, sometimes it was kind of hard to tell. They do have a map, a trail map that's available at the Learning Center. There's also restrooms, modern restrooms. It's very, very nice that you can use while you're here. They're always open. They've always been open when I come out. They're very clean, well taken care of, and very modern. So that's a nice plus. Looks like we got some crows. We're coming up on the bird blind, and we got a family of crows that just went by. All right, come on, guys. Let's go see. Last time I was out here, they didn't have food out. Of course, it was on a weekend, and the conservation guys are, I think they're off on weekends. There may be some that work, but and it was like a Sunday, and there was no food. Here's the bird blind. Now they have the slots here that you can look through and watch the birds. They also have well-known birds in Iowa, and all the information you might be interested in. And Bella, Harper, where are you? Come on, guys. Bella, Harper, come on. They're both over there on this side, chasing the birds away. Oh, we got some, looks like nuthatcher, something over there, but it looks like the feeders are full. The best time to see birds feeding is, of course, sun up and sundown. Isn't that beautiful? Right now we're not seeing a lot of birds. If you notice, I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he just flew away. Little nuthatcher was over there, which is the common backyard bird here in Iowa. All right, I think we'll move on. There's not a whole lot to see here, so we'll move on. Bella's back. She ended up going around the bird blind where the birds are feeding. And there's Miss Harper. All right, guys. Try to get out here sometime when there's snow on the ground and they've got bird food out. Right now, there's plenty for, there's some stuff for the birds to eat. It's going to be 54, 55 degrees today. And tomorrow, it's going to be like 57 to 60. Then on Thursday, it's supposed to be 70 degrees. So there's still some things for the birds to eat because we're not snow covered, which is really nice. We are going to go down to the Prairie area by the river and see what's going on down there. I love these signs they put up. They're just fabulous. This is very well taken care of. They keep it, well, in the summer they keep it mowed and nice for everyone to use. Pretty quiet out here today. I only saw one car in the parking lot, and it may have been one of the guys that works out here. I don't know. Maybe we'll run into someone. Let's just see. This is beautiful out here all year round. Every season that I was out here, summer, fall, and now winter, it just changes. It's crazy how much you feel like you're in a different place. And Harper's over in the tall grass. Got a scent of something. There's Bella. Okay. Ready? Come on, Harp. No, normally Harper will lead the way unless there's a scent that grabs her attention. Bella is pretty good about just following. Once in a while, she'll stop because she smells something as well. And I have to get her back in gear. But normally she's right behind me. Where are you going? You gonna go in the woods? Come on. Looks like a deer trail, huh? Yeah. Looks like a deer trail. Okay. What do you think, guys? Huh? What do you think? This brush is so dense that, it's quite amazing. In the summer, you can't even see through it. Now in the winter, you can. Here's the campground, one of them, the upper campground. And it's all primitive camping. You bring in, or you take out what you bring in. They don't have any, they don't have anybody picking up garbage. So out of respect, you keep your garbage picked up and take it out when you leave. We're on the main road here. I think they call it, oh goodness, I think they call it the River Road, Kuehn River Road. Come on, guys. You can see there's some open prairie there, and then it turns into woods. And of course, this is all woods. Like I said, in the summer, this is so thick that you can't really see. You can tell it's, you know, it's deep, but you can't really see into it. A little bit, but not much. So looks like a different place here in the winter. What are you doing, Bella? Coming? Here comes the fat girl. All right. I come out here a lot on the weekdays, and there's hardly anyone out here. Once in a while, I'll see one of the conservation people, but even in the summer, there's not a whole lot of people out here. More people, but not a lot. It's pretty isolated, pretty quiet. It's a nice place to get back to nature. What I have noticed as I've walked through here, there are so many old oak trees. They're old. You can just tell they're just enormous. And a lot of, and some maple I've even noticed. There's an old oak tree. You can tell by the way the branches are kind of all over the place. Curled, I should say. That's awfully deep down there. I'm sure in the summer or in the spring, there is water that runs through there. I don't know if you can see. You can't, the video is not going to give you any idea of how deep it is, but it's very deep. Very deep. All right, here we go, guys. I can hear a woodpecker, guys. I hear him. That's another way you can see how deep it is. Of course, this is all hill here. And when you're out here, you may be lucky enough to see some deer, other wild animals, but especially deer. Once in a while we see them. They are pretty good at hiding. And of course, as you can see in the landscape, they also camouflage whoops, almost tripped there, camouflage really well. Okay, we're getting down to the Prairie area by the river. You can see the big hill back there. And the river is right at the bottom of that hill. Iowa Mountains. This is actually straight down. It's kind of, I'm sure the video doesn't give it any justice, but it's straight down. Look at all the pretty colors. It's a great place to watch birds in the summer. Here's a little area where you can sit. They got, I believe, some bluebird houses out there in the middle of the prairie. And in the summer, of course, if you see my other videos, there's all kinds of wildflowers, and it's really quite beautiful. Lots of color. Of course, you can't, this is really pretty too. Just a different pretty. Pretty quiet down here, except for we have a big jet. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. That is flying over, making a lot of noise. That's how quiet it is. You can really hear the jet. So I think this is over 600 acres. Oh, don't quote me on that. It does say on the information you can get at the Learning Center. And it's just, if it is, it's 600 acres or however many, just a beauty. Here's the Monarch Loop. The Monarch Loop takes you in the prairie, another loop that goes around the prairie. Yeah, all these signs are very new. They're very nice. Come on, Bella. I'm going to go down to the river. Harper! Harper loves water, so I've got to kind of watch her. Harper! Come here. And there's another sign. It's talking about the Monarch Loop and then the Great Oasis Trail, which is that direction. Monarch Loop is that direction. And the river is right here by us. Another camping area. Don't you dare. That is so steep, you'd never be able to get back up. So she wants to get down there in the water. Of course, I can't let her. But there's the river. That's the Raccoon River that runs up against Kuehn. And across the river, a lot of woods. Really beautiful. Come here, guys. I want you away from that. All right, we're going to go this way. Come on. Okay. We're not going to do the Monarch Loop today. We will do this one right here. And this just goes up along the river as well. Here's another spot somebody's been sleeping in. Something big. And quite a few deer trails through the prairie. This is all along the river. You can't see the river from here, but it is just 100 feet that way, maybe less, and straight down. Come on, guys. What do we have here? Gosh, that looks like a robin. Surely not. Sometimes robins do stick around in Iowa over the winter. It's got to be really hard for them to survive because they're not big seed eaters. They're more of insects and worms. Okay, come on, Belle. Come on, Harper. Now, if we went, we're going to turn right here. But this also will take you down to another view of the river, which we are not going to take. Harper, this way. Come on, Bella. Kind of gives you an idea. We're moving away from the river now. So beautiful out here. Even with everything dying off for the winter. We did get some snow. And it was a Friday night. Or Saturday. Oh, I think it was Saturday night. No, Friday night we got snow. Measurable snow, but it melted. It's gone now. There may be some still lingering where the sun can't get to it, but it's fairly warm and comfortable out here today. Now we're going to go into a more wooded area. Here's another new sign that they put up. They're just beautiful. This is a great oasis loop. And, oh boy, I don't know how to pronounce that. Pinocchio Trail. I think that's an Indian name. But it's in the woods. It's not a loop. It's literally a trail in the woods. See how pretty? And this is another camping area back here as well. Let's see. We'll see more of that in just a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's Leopold Trail. And Bekoji Trail takes you in deep into the woods. Okay, come on, Bella. Come on, Harper. Bella. Here they come. Okay. This is actually another loop. I don't know if we'll do it all today. We might. Once again, in the summer, this is so wooded that you really can't see a lot of what's in there. So it's kind of interesting to come out here in the winter and see what it looks like. You can tell all of these creeks here. I'm sure that when spring hits with spring rains and snow melt, they're probably pretty full. We got some standing waters. We got some ice on the water. We have had some really cold nights. And Harper found mud and water. Come on, guys. Okay. This is actually, I'm sure if you saw my other videos, this is a water hole, and Harper's been swimming in there, as well as my friend's dog. There's fish in there, and we are not near the river here. So I'm sure that the fish maybe came from bird droppings. And Bella loves walking in this creek. She loves it. Okay, come on, guys. And that little bit of water is just from some recent rainfall, and then, of course, the snow melted from Friday night. See how beautiful it is. You can probably tell that why deer can camouflage themselves so well. I actually took a picture of deer that we saw out here that went into the woods from one of the prairie areas, and I could see it with my naked eye. So I took a photo, but I never could find it on the photo, and I know it was there. But it camouflaged itself so well that you couldn't see it in the photo at all. Harper is leading the way. And Bella, what do you smell, huh? Yeah, if your dog is a runner and you're afraid they'll get away from you, it's best to have them on a lead out here. My dogs come back when called and never veer away from me very far. But if I had a runner, I definitely have him on a lead. You don't want him to get lost out here. I don't think it would be very safe, and especially at night with coyotes and everything else, mountain lions, whatever lives out here. Those would be the two animals I'd be most concerned about if my dog got loose or got away from me. Okay. That was kind of up a hill. You can tell that's straight up there. Very wooded. This is actually the area where I took a picture of the deer. It came out of the prairie and ran through this thick brush. And I had a pretty good shot of him, but once again, could not find him in the photo. And I know he was there because after I took the picture, he was still standing there looking at me. Oh boy, guys, I have a runny nose. There's a deer trail right there. I don't know if you can see that. That goes up into the woods. I've also noticed from coming out here and hiking, or walking with my dogs, I don't know. I guess it's hiking. That there's dens that are made out of brush that I could maybe, I might be dead wrong, but it looks like a den where maybe a fox or something might raise their young. Like right here, there's some open space underneath there. So it kind of makes me wonder if, I'm sure there's more in the woods. This right here, again, there's space underneath where a fox could have her pups and you wouldn't even know unless you heard them. That's the river down there. You see the big hill, and right at the bottom of that hill is the river. That's on the other side of the prairie. So pretty. All right. There's another, what I would consider possibly a den in the summer. Or here. I know on the video it's going to be hard to see. Another thing that there's a lot of out here are thorn trees. If you've ever had any experience with a thorn tree, they will tear you up. You don't want to be in flip-flops around them because their thorns are sharp and will go right through your flip-flop, and probably an inexpensive pair of shoes as well. So it's always a good idea to wear something to protect your feet out here. I actually am wearing some steel-toed shoes that are hard leather to prevent any injuries. Here's some woods, it's quite a bit flatter. There's some woods and then into the prairie. Lots of fir trees out here. I personally love fir trees. The prettiest Christmas tree I ever had was a fir tree that my husband cut down and brought home. We had no money to buy a Christmas tree. And he cut it down and brought it home. And it was probably the prettiest Christmas tree I've ever had. It certainly wasn't elegant or anything, but it was very pretty. Very old-fashioned. And this is another loop that we're gonna be coming up on. Coming, Bells? It looks like here, probably in the spring, you're walking through water to get through here, because this is a little stream to the river. You can see. Comes around from off that hill. This is another loop here. Why don't we go this way, guys? Come on. Come on, guys. Bella. Another loop here. This is kind of off the beaten path of everything. What are you looking for, huh? What do you see? Here's another woodpecker, guys. This takes you into a more dense, this is a loop, but it takes you into a more dense area. There's prairie, but not much. It's prairie kind of mixed with woods. Lots of down trees, goodness. Okay. This is new. Last time I was here, this tree wasn't down, so it's recently fallen. Okay, guys, come on. This area is so dense with brush. I suppose that trees fall all the time, as long as they're not falling on me when I'm walking through. Harper, come back here. Okay, come on. Notice there's some signs. I don't know if you can see them. Yep, there. You can see them. That's private property. So they ask you to respect our neighbors, is what their signs will say. Boy, there's a lot of trees down. You know, in the summer, it's, like I said, it's so dense with foliage. You just can't see the trees that have fallen. So I'm sure there were a lot down, but it was so dense with foliage and grass, different kind of grasses and weeds and things that you just can't see it. Come on, guys. Harper. Okay, come on. There's some trees out here that are probably hundreds of years old. Here's the big tree. I don't know if you can tell. It's grown straight up, but its base is just enormous. Now, I don't know if you can see that hill. It's pretty high. When you go into the deep woods and the small trails, there's a place you can go straight up that hill on the other side that is part of the Kuehn Conservation, and it has a huge bur oak. And they do request that when you get up there and you find it, that you take a selfie. Harper! Harper! Oh, sorry. There she is. Anyway, they request that you take a selfie and send it to Dallas County Conservation, which is pretty cool. I don't have the energy to climb up that hill today. So not only do you have to climb up that hill, you have to come back down and climb up another hill to get out of here. So we're just going to do the one hill to get out of here. There's Bella. All right. The dogs just love coming out here. They know now when we're coming out because they know the landscape. And there's always a bunch of whining and carrying on before we get here. I'm doing a lot of threatening that I'm going to turn around and take them home if they don't stop. And they do sleep well after these little adventures. They'll go home and crash here. Okay. We're going back where we were. That was a loop that we just did. And it will take us back to where we started, where the fishing, or the little water hole is with the fish in it. Oh, I wish we saw something. The other day we were out here, I didn't have my camera with me that day. There were two eagles that were flying over this area and then the big prairie where we were earlier. And they're probably going to be a nesting couple. And their nesting should start here probably soon. And hopefully they'll build a nest somewhere where we can see it. But odds are, as wooded as we are, odds are we won't. It'll be in the woods somewhere. It won't be where people frequent, I'm sure. Might be near the river, which along the shore so they can fish. But I guess we'll have to wait and see if we can find a nest. What are you doing, Missy? Okay, there's deer poop. You guys just keep going. Come on. You can really see, if you're out here, you can really see the deer trails through the prairie and where they've spent some time lying down, probably bedding down for the night. Here's a big oak don't know if you can see it, but it's a pretty good sized tree. Okay. Come on, guys. This is uphill, isn't it? Okay, here we go. I don't think we get to see any deer today, guys. And you can see down there, that is really deep down there. I'm sure in the spring it has quite a bit of water in it. I'm really excited about coming out here in the spring. Hopefully I can choose a fairly warm day and come out and enjoy it. Excuse me. There's the creek with the water hole. I think I've said in the past, I think that water hole is probably, 4 or 5 feet deep. There's Bella's Creek and the water hole that houses fish. And how they got there, only God knows. Maybe a bird or two. Nature is pretty amazing. Okay, now we're going to be on the, excuse me, more of the primitive trails. They're really just a single trail. It isn't wide like this is. Like if you see my previous videos, you've seen those. Now you get to see them with the winter foliage instead of the summer foliage, summer and fall. Okay, come on, guys. Come on, Bella. All right, here we go. Another camping area. Once again, primitive. You take out everything you bring in. And that means everything, garbage, everything. It's primitive. It is up against a creek here. I'm sure it's beautiful on a nice spring day. Right now they're all dry creek beds. Okay, this is our more primitive trail. As you can tell, it is a single trail. It's not made for a group of people. People single file. Here we're coming up against another creek. I'm sure in the spring you're going to have to walk through water to get across it. Okay. A little muddy today from the snow. My dogs are right behind me. When you do come out here, you need to be careful because there's a lot of roots that have grown up into the trails. And it's easy to trip. Like right there. You can see how open this is. There is a trail that will take you up, excuse me, up the foothill and up to another prairie, an open prairie, and then to the bur oak. When we get to that, I don't think we passed it. We get to that, I'll point it out. I hope we haven't passed it, but I'll point it out. Last time I did it, we got up to the bur oak fine. We just couldn't find our way back down. Couldn't see the trail. We needed to leave some breadcrumbs. But luckily, my friend's dog was able to track the trail. Hear the woodpecker guys? Oh, here we go. Spirit Mounds Trail. And there you see it. It takes you up. It takes you up to the bur oak. Which, if you have the time and the stamina, it's well worth the hike up there. See, this is all dry bed, a little bit of water in it with some limestone. And, of course, rock all along here. I'm sure this is kind of a waterfall. As you can see, it comes up from the down from the foothills. Okay. Oh. Okay. There's another trail here. I've done it a few times. Right here, it's Hidden Prairie Preservation Trail that we're going to take, and then there's another one here. It's a little bit harder trail to maneuver, and it's the Bekoji Trail. We're going to take this one. And the Bekoji Trail takes you on the other side of the bluff that we're taking. Here we are, another dry creek bed. A little bit of water. Over there's some water. I'm sure in the spring you have to maneuver all these rocks and water. Okay, come on, guys. Okay. Sorry, I'm suffering from some allergies. Today's a perfect day for them. Okay, we're going to be going straight up now. I don't know if you can see over here, the other trail, the Bekoji Trail. You would be over on the other side of the creek bed, and it takes you clear around to the other side of the bluff that we are going to take. And right now we're going to be going straight up. A lot of times I'll bring a walking stick. Have some troubles with my knees and suddenly with my hip. So I will bring a walking stick to kind of help take some of the pressure off of that. Okay, everybody behind me. Oh, now Harper's in front of me. Again, this is straight up. I don't know if you can tell. It's very steep. It's a good idea to have good shoes. In the summer, don't come out with flip-flops. Unless you're just going to do the Prairie area. Okay. Whew. Okay, that's where we came from. And it is straight down. And there's still some elevation here. It gets pretty steep. Okay, we're about to go straight up again. See all the oak leaves. Oaks are native to Iowa, so I don't know if you can tell how steep this is. But it is extremely steep. All right, kind of see that. I don't know if you can see down. It's kind of dark when you get down in that gully, but from the other side of that foothill is the other trail. It's a little tougher. I don't mind going down it. I don't like going up it. Okay, this is a little flatter. Oh, I heard a, where are you, buddy? I heard a woodpecker. Lots of them out here because there's a lot of old wood. Okay, come on, guys. You can tell Harper's my mountain climber. Bella does pretty well too. She doesn't seem to complain. Okay, in between the trees. Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, Bells. Okay, here's my two babies. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but the trail goes straight up again. But that's towards the end of the trail, so I'm cool with that. Now you can kind of see the, I don't know if you can see the hill. On the other side of that hill is that other trail that I was talking about. And it's a lot tougher. Okay, guys. One last hill, I believe. This is it. Yep. And it turns and it takes us up to another bench. There are some trails over there. Hidden Prairie Trail that's been, hasn't been available to use because of erosion, I guess. I kind of looked over there, but I can't see where the trail goes. It's covered now, so it's probably been closed for a while. Okay, we're coming out to the front of Kuehn. Okay. Good job, guys. Good walk. Okay, we're back to civilization. Okay, there's the sign for the Hidden Prairie Trail. Pretty. We're gonna head back to the car. And then we're gonna go home and clean house. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Say bye. Say bye, Bella, Harper. Bye-bye.